But speaking of cars, okay, EV. Xiaomi has announced that they're making a car. Well, they didn't announce it, actually. They applied for the right to sell it, which in China basically reveals your entire product. So now we see the entire product. And it is the Xiaomi Su7. It's an electric sedan. And not going to lie, it kind of looks good.
I think it looks really good.
Kind of looks good. I wasn't sure what to expect. I feel like with Xiaomi, they kind of just make everything so it could look like anything.
Yeah.
But when you look at these articles and these pictures, it kind of has vibes of like 7 different OEMs in a good way.
Yeah.
I feel like it has like sort of McLaren headlights, a little bit of like Genesis to the front and the face. I see some Porsche in the front hood.
There's a little Model 3.
A little Model 3, a little bit of Taycan.
Yeah.
I kind of like the wheels with the spokes. Actually reminds me of the Rivian wheels, believe it or not.
Wow.
You get to the back, it's got more Taycan. It's got a light bar across the back.
It's cool.
It's a solid looking machine. Yeah. There's a Founders Edition badge on the side. There's an active rear wing.
That's awesome.
It's just a good looking little car they've made here. I think they said there's a rear wheel drive or a dual motor version. There's 3 specs, 3 trims.
Yeah. This is the best part about this car.
Is it?
Yes.
I guess it's right in line with Xiaomi. There will be an SU7, an SU7 Pro, and SU7 Max.
Are they all the same size?
I think it's just power trim.
What does it mean to be a professional driver if you're not actually professionally driving?
I guess that's just up to
or a max driver. What happens? What does it mean to be a max driver?
Has there never been a car named Pro or Max before? I guess not.
Doubt it. I don't want to say there hasn't been.
And why is there no Pro Max?
Great point.
I don't know. I think it's just literally like one of them is a rear wheel drive, one of them is all wheel drive, and then top spec trim.
My question is how expensive this is going to be, because it looks really nice, and generally Xiaomi stuff is like very, very affordable.
Yeah, so we don't know the price.
But it is going to start mass manufacturing in December.
Yes.
In a month.
I kind of want to do like an educated guess based on what we know. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably never see this on this side of the Atlantic. Like it's a Xiaomi car. Yeah. So I'm just going to have to like translate to what I think the US dollar's equivalent would be. But like a car like this, which is a full-size electric sedan, I assume with moderately decent performance. I'm trying to come up with a comp somewhere in the like Ioniq 5 range, maybe a little higher end with that active spoiler, a little sportier, maybe Ioniq. What was the Ioniq 6 is the one with that we had here?
Yeah.
Kind of feels like a $40,000 Ioniq 6 type thing.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be cool?
For $40,000? That'd be amazing. It looks really good.
Total guess.
Yeah. It also runs an OS that can also be run on smartphones. So
that's hilarious.
This is similar to the Polestar phone that they're going to make that is made like specifically to go with their cars.
What? There's a what?
Did you miss that week?
Yeah.
The Polestar phone?
Polestar phone?
Yeah.
No way. I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah, it was they're going to be making a phone that is with what is the brand? It's a Chinese OEM that's basically making it for them, but it's made to go with their car.
Wow.
And the OSs like work directly together.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. Like in the same way that if Apple made a car, it would probably work best with an iPhone.
Right.
There's probably tons of integration stuff you can do, from maps to like...
Yeah.
Yeah, everything would work best with that.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is like an Android base, and then they're going to have their phones also run this same Android base.
Oh,
and then when you hook your Xiaomi phone up to the Xiaomi car, it probably has like special integrations and just works really seamlessly with it, which makes a lot of sense. It's exactly how Apple would do it.
That is really funny. Yeah, Meizu. For Polestar.
Mm-hmm.
And Meizu is owned by Geely, which is like a huge Chinese auto,
which also owns Polestar.
I thought so. Geely owns Volvo too.
Yeah,
Polestar's a Volvo.
Yeah,
isn't it crazy that one company makes Volvo Eggo waffles and
phones
and these hands?
They own Eggo?
No, I just made that up. That was not. Oh, that was a joke.
Okay,
that one was made up, but it sounds a lot like the one that wasn't made up.
Sounds like it could have been real.
You never know.
Yeah,
that is really funny. Okay,
one company does own Minecraft and Skype, though. Microsoft.
Yeah, Minecraft and Skype.
Also World of Warcraft
And LinkedIn. And World of Warcraft.
And GitHub.
And ChatGPT. And GitHub.
But not ChatGPT, but...
Sort of.
Almost.
Sorry. Get back to the...
More or less.
Yes.
Yeah, so much for that Sony car.
I don't think that was ever going to come out.
I mean, we did see a physical representation of it at CES.
Yeah.
Was that two CESs ago?
I think it might have been last year.
I think it might have been both of the last 2 years.
Yeah, they make a lot of concept cars.
Yeah, the Afeela or whatever it was called.
Yeah, the Afeela.
And then everyone went, nah, we don't really want this. But, it looked kind of decent. This one looks better. Good for Xiaomi.
Yeah.
Cool design. Seems like it's actually going to ship soon, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Crazy that a company that started as an Android ROM became this.
It's crazy.
Makes everything and cars.
They're versatile.
Yeah. Insane.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, with a car, there's like so many parts that you inevitably need to be made and sourced from other suppliers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure Xiaomi's not making the windshield wiper actuators and like every single little piece of the car. The tires will come from someone else, whatever.
Could be.
But
You never know.
they'll probably make a bunch of pieces of this car. They'll make the displays probably. They'll probably make the camera systems for all the sensors all around the car. The LiDAR stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the other thing I wanted to shout out was the Polestar 4, which will not have a back window at all.
Yeah.
And instead, it'll just have a camera on the back, and it'll project the rear view camera feed on the rear view mirror, which is a screen.
Yep.
Is that legal?
It's legal.
Yeah. There are other cars that have done it.
Yeah, there's other cars. There's lots of trucks that do this already. It's just kind of inconvenient. It's kind of weird. It's like this is the really, really sloped back windshield for this Polestar 4. So if you see any photos or videos of the Polestar 4, if you did have that opening there, it would be a pretty small rear view mirror window. So theoretically, this could give you better visibility.
Yeah, it says 120-degree field of view, which is way more than you'd normally get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also feels like they didn't have to do that.
Evergreen.
Yeah.
But it looks cool, actually.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. There's a Verge article on someone from The Verge that went and played with it for a while, and they were really, really positive on it. They were saying they really, really liked it.
I feel better about that then.
Yeah, and that nighttime visibility was really good, that you don't get like glare that you'd normally get, like because it can reduce like highlights so you can actually see instead of being blinded.
What throws me off about it is like if you look at some of the pictures in the back seat, like if you sit back there, it's just like an enclosed cabin.
Yeah.
Like
That might be, the more I think about this might be a good thing.
but that's weird. Like what if you're on a road trip? You can't just look back. You're like you're stuck.
That's true. You can't look back. But have you ever been driving at night and the person behind you has the high beams on and it's just blasting the inside of your car?
I hate that.
That will never happen
That'll
again.
never happen.
That's true.
That's a great point.
Because it's closed.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be worse? Because it would just be blowing out your camera.
No, the camera can solve for that.
Yeah.
Can it solve? It can solve for high beams being fired.
Yeah, it can
right
like
at
reduce highlights by a ton, or it has a mode where you can switch it to just be a regular mirror.
But
then you just see the inside of your own car.
Yeah, but it's better than seeing high beams.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sold.
We should get one here and try it.
Yeah, I guess so.
We should get one.
I read a book in middle school called The Last Book in the Universe. It was one of those young adult post-apocalyptic novels. And a big part of the book is that cars in the post-apocalypse do not have windows and only have cameras.
Really?
And so seeing this, I'm just like, all right.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a couple of cars that we've tested that have the option where you can flip between a real mirror and a camera feed.
Yeah, and that actually always works. So maybe I shouldn't be.
It works pretty well.
Doomsday.
I tend to stick with the regular mirror, but I do appreciate a good camera feed. So I guess if I can solve for crazy headlights and stuff, I don't see why it wouldn't be a decent idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love to try it.
I gotta try it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just flip it the portrait real quick? Oh yeah, make sure you subscribe.
And hit like. Good thing we had this suitcase fireplace. It's getting cold out there.